Hi, welcome everybody. Another episode. It's episode 30, and we got a guest that has been on the show before, and he has some really cool takes on movie posters, and I complimented on that before. So you will see here in a second. I'm not gonna torch you anymore. It's Chris Koehler, everybody. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up? I thought you were gonna put the some German flavor on my last name.
Yeah. This is the problem. See, when I speak English, I tend to forget the German.
Wow,
It's
that's impressive.
weirdly so that I even say like, for example, Porsche. I know how to pronounce Porsche, like the original saying. But when I talk to somebody from the States, or like when I talk in English in general, I'm gonna say Porsche or some stupid stuff like that. You know, it's like super weird that I do this. But yeah, I don't know if that is me thinking that the other person understands it better because this is the way how they would pronounce it, or I don't know.
Yeah, and every time you speak in American English, you could just buy a gun as well and just go full in.
Yeah, exactly. So man, I got you out of bed very early today on your side of the world. Uh, how's everything, man? How's the day starting for you?
It's all right. I got my coffee here.
Hmm.
I get an early start on the day for once, so thank you for that.
You're very welcome. So let's jump right into it. I'm gonna. You know the speed round is coming. I hope you're prepared. You've s-
Oh God, I'm
have
not.
have
Let's
you
do
seen have you
this.
seen the speed round with Christoph Domoradsky?
No, I haven't watched it
Oh,
yet.
okay, okay,
I'm
okay.
too intimidated by that beautiful man.
Yeah, his twin is gonna come next week, so
Oh wow.
you
So I'm sandwiched in
you
the
are the sandwich. It's the Domoradsky sandwich right there.
that's not the filling I would want, but
But here we are.
here we are. I'll take it.
Alrighty. So then let's start out with a couple of speed round questions, associations, whatever you want to take from this. First up, I'll do the regular color. Favorite color.
Red and black.
Red and black. The breads, yeah.
Breads.
There you go. Following up, since we talked about breads, favorite sneaker?
Oh God. Jordan threes.
Jordan threes. I'll take it. I'll take it. Which one? Which color version?
There's a women's
Mm-hmm.
uh, pink colorway that I wish they made in men's. It's beautiful.
What size are you, by the way?
11 and a half. There's
Okay.
there's no way I'm getting that one.
Yeah, 10 and a half is like right there if they make it up to that size, because that's my size, 10 and a half. And yeah, this is very fortunate sometimes. And I fit into women's sneakers.
They get all the good colorways.
Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. But then on the other hand, because I used to work in a sneaker store for a long time, and then women would say the other way around. Oh, men always get the good one.
We need to talk to someone at Nike.
Exactly, exactly. But yeah, what song is on heavy rotation right now?
Oh God. I just saw the Walkman
Hmm.
the other day, so been listening to the Rat a lot. Older song.
Yeah, okay, cool, cool, cool.
It's really good live and got me fired up.
That's what you need, right?
Yes.
Portrait or landscape?
Oh God. Portrait for movie poster work, landscape for personal work.
Ah, okay, okay. He cheated. He cheated on this one.
Totally cheated. Square.
Square,
Actually,
boom,
most of my is square.
round. Yeah.
Parallelogram.
Diamond. Yeah. Samurai or ninja?
Samurai.
All right. Coffee or tea? I guess that's a given, right?
Coffee.
Coffee. Okay.
Coffee all the way. I do a lot of work in tea
Mhm.
in that industry,
All right.
but coffee.
But like what are you doing in the tea industry? That's interesting.
I art direct for a chai company.
Hmm. What kind of chai? Like what are we making?
It's called
Hmm.
David Rio Chai and Tea.
Okay.
It's a huge range. I mean, they do everything.
Okay. Okay. Do you get your chai sent to you?
I do. I do. I have more chai than I could ever drink.
Okay. What do you prefer? Like, is there any like flavor you're like really? Oh, that's what's up.
Chai, I just like it on the really spicy, not very sweet side.
Hmm. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. And on the coffee side, what's your coffee?
Oh my God, I'm a coffee nerd. I used to also work in coffee. So I used to be an
Ah.
art director at Ritual Coffee in San
Oh, okay. I
Francisco.
thought you were gonna say barista.
Oh God, I wish. I think I'd be a really good barista.
Is that will be a quick question before we continue on this one? Would that be your other job if you're not being an artist?
Okay, this is. I think I would like destroy it as a waiter at like an IHOP.
Okay.
Like I'm really good. I could like charm women over 60, like you wouldn't believe. And I think I would be like crushing it. I just love that vibe too. Like
Hey.
it's IHOP is so international,
Uh-huh.
and it's so cosmopolitan. I feel like that would be a good lane for me.
Hmm.
But that life didn't work out, so I settled for Plan B,
Hey, fair enough.
illustration.
Fair enough. But yeah, let's come back to the coffee thing. So,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I want to hear more
I
about that.
really like pretty, I guess, light roast single origin Central American coffee, if I had to say.
Mhm.
Burundi's been great last few years, though,
Yeah.
and I'll try anything. One of my friends was sourcing coffee from the Philippines that was like phenomenal.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Now's a great time to be a coffee drinker until global warming destroys all Arabica and we have to settle for Robusta.
Hey, that's what we're gonna have to go for, I guess. The future's coming. Hey, have you had the weird cat poop out bean coffee?
Civet coffee. Yeah, I have had civet coffee.
How was
One
that?
of my friends is Indonesian, and when I got married, that was her wedding gift to us was a bag of civet coffee.
Oh, that's very nice. And how was it?
It was roasted too dark to taste anything that might be unique about it.
Hmm.
So it tasted like coffee. I'm not a big fan of, this is going to get me canceled immediately. I'm not a big fan of like Southeast Asian coffee.
Okay. Okay.
It's usually Robusta, and a lot of times you buy it and it's pre-ground and it's just too dark.
Hmm.
But they're doing cool stuff out there. But yeah, I have had civet coffee. It was I don't I couldn't taste the stomach acid or whatever it's supposed to do. I couldn't taste it.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah, then let's come to our last speedrun question: is favorite holiday destination?
Oh gosh, Americans don't say holiday for that, which is interesting.
Vacation destination.
Vacation. That
Is that
I've
better?
been.
Do you understand me now?
I do. Yeah, we're okay. Like place I've already been or place I would want to go.
Yeah, I mean, there's like some people go to the same place like multiple times.
I mean, I've traveled quite a bit. Favorite place I've been was probably, oh man, um, there was this really incredible island off the coast of Venezuela I went to once,
Okay.
where you could only access, like they had boats connecting this small series of islands. And there's this one island that you take a small boat to and you go through a mangrove forest
Hmm.
in the water. And this island is deserted, but it has all these rocks with indentations and holes in them. And each one has a note someone wrote to the Virgin Mary rolled up in the hole. And you go and there's hundreds of these. And there's like people put pictures on the rocks. And you go to the island and there's little like religious shrines dotted throughout the island and it's forested and there's like caves and stuff. And
Hmm.
that was like the coolest place I've ever been.
Okay. And here it is, National Geographic with Chris Koehler.
I'll be, getting Attenborough to. Did he die?
I don't know. Did he?
I
What
hope
happened?
not.
Did you hear?
I
Did
don't
you hear
know.
about it? No, he's. I didn't
No.
hear anything about it.
Okay, I hope he didn't die, but he
Oh
can
my God.
narrate for
You
me.
just scared me.
I scared myself.
All right. All right. Okay. Oh, I got a good one because I think you have a good answer to that one. Before we leave this speed round, your favorite karaoke song or go-to karaoke song?
El Scorcho by Weezer.
Oh, there you go. That was an easy choice.
I could do Total Eclipse of the Heart. Sure, everyone can. I could crush it. I know that song frontwards and backwards, but I feel like El Scorcho is my good group song where you just get everyone yelling. And contrary to how I may sound, I'm a terrible singer. So no one
totally
wants me
fine.
to try to, I shouldn't hit
I
the high
think
note.
it's a group activity. That's why
It
you
is.
pick the songs where people can sing along.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. All right. So you survived the speed round. Coffee helped, I guess.
Just barely.
Just barely. Okay. Let's jump into your background a little bit because that's I think that's always interesting to me. Like, where are all you crazy talented artists come from? Like, where does the story start? Like kindergarten, the womb.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
mean,
where does Chris Curler's art come from?
it's actually it's funny. The other day, I found a project I'd done in kindergarten,
Mm.
which is what I want to be when I grow up, and it was I want to be an artist and make comic books.
Okay, there
And
you go.
I was pretty locked in from the age of 5
Uh-huh.
on. And so yeah, I don't think in my life there's nothing I've ever wanted to do besides art,
Mm.
and there's nothing I'm remotely capable of doing besides art, except for the IHOP waiter thing.
Yeah.
Like I just am not really functional in life doing anything else. So yeah, I wanted to do it from a young age, and I think my brother is a much better artist than I am, and both my sisters are artists, and my youngest sister is, I mean, she's also a working illustrator.
Hmm.
So it's kind of all my siblings are working illustrators and artists.
Do you have like a
So we all, that was just like our household growing up
do,
was very focused on that.
quick
And
question? Do you guys have like an art chat group where you guys always like exchange ideas, or is that not a thing? Like people have family groups, but you have an art group.
we have a sibling chat, but we don't talk about
Oh,
art
interesting.
ever
Okay.
really. I think part, I don't know if it's just because we've all kind of learned to like exist in our lanes
Hmm.
at this point,
What do they
but
do
I'm like,
exactly?
so my brother was on kind of the special projects team at ILM for like
Oh,
10 or 15 years.
nice.
So he was on the technology side of things that he couldn't tell me about. I mean, I could say now what he
Mhm.
worked on because I think I can because it's done,
It
but
should be in the credits anyways, right?
it should be. He worked with Iñárritu
Uh huh.
on a special VR movie project that actually won an Oscar.
Oh, okay,
So
nice.
he was part of that. He worked on the Smuggler's Run ride for Disneyland, and he also worked on the hotel
Hmm.
experience that
Yeah.
just shut down. Rest in peace.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Crazy.
but now he's working in tech for a self-driving car company.
All right, interesting, interesting. Though, so is he like basically I don't know. Is there like a not rivalry, but there's so some sort of competition? Like my little brother, he's just doing the poster thingy. I'm with the big leagues. Is that something like that going on or?
I think if I felt like I was in his league, I would feel more competitive. But I just feel like he's my older brother. He's like the successful one of the family, and it kind of gives me the freedom to be the scrappy underdog, which
Oh,
I
okay.
like.
Yeah.
I like being underestimated, and I like, because my family's Chinese, so my brother is like the oldest in a Chinese family,
Mm,
and I think he was more expected to be. I mean, he failed. He's not a doctor.
mm,
He's not a lawyer. He's
of
not
course.
even a dentist.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is he doing with his life? But he's very successful, and that gave me the freedom to not have to be the successful one,
Mm,
which is fantastic. My sister's she's quite a bit younger than me. She's 8 years younger, so she's a life science illustrator. And I think what's really nice is I have 8 more years of industry experience that I could help her, like, so she doesn't have to make a lot of the same mistakes
okay.
I made early, and she doesn't have to go through the same like doubts and growing pains. But she's phenomenal.
Okay. But either of them, did you like get them to dabble into the movie poster world?
Well, what's really funny is my brother and I owned a gallery in San Francisco called Sketchpad
Oh,
Gallery,
okay.
which is largely why I'm part of the movie poster world. So back in the
Interesting.
day, my brother was really he was good friends with Craig Drake
Hmm.
and his partner, not life partner, but his good friend Luke Harrington, and they used to be part of a group called Time Beards.
Hmm.
And the way I kind of know, one of the ways I entered the movie poster world was through Craig.
Hmm.
And so my brother was kind of deeply part of that world before I was, and because there's a bit of crossover with like the concept art ILM kind of world and some of the Bay Area movie poster scene.
Interesting.
Yeah,
But you live further up north, right?
I live in Sacramento,
Okay.
but that's within the last 4 years.
Ah, okay.
Before that, it was all San Francisco.
Ah, gotcha, gotcha,
But
gotcha.
my brother also, he does collect. He's a poster collector.
Interesting. So he's watching this frequently?
He should be.
You better tell him now, since now you're on and he got plenty of shout outs, so
He got all the shout outs, yeah.
but
He would have been really good at movie posters. I think he just prefers to work in a team setting. And I prefer to be a studio troll by myself.
hey, maybe we get him to, like, for a project or two, get the brothers together,
I've been trying.
Okay, okay. Since this is an official podcast and people are in here, we need to make this happen, people.
Let's put all that social media pressure.
Exactly.
We could be the lesser form of the Demarowskis.
Exactly. but that's only in the eye of the beholder, of course. But yeah, it would be similar.
And in the eyes of the entire collector community.
We don't know. We have not.
They're really good.
We know your stuff, and we only haven't seen your brother's stuff. So
That's true.
So
he could compensate.
Okay. And your sister is like did you ask her to get into the movie poster scene and like do something?
I think she would want to do gig posters. So she's really into she loves music, and I think like her kind of work would be really a great fit for gig posters. So I think she was working on some portfolio pieces for that. And there's like a lot of crossover now with like collections.
Yeah.
They curate heavily out of the movie poster world.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, so and they're fantastic. I love working with them. So, hopefully I can make an introduction at some point.
Oh, of course. What's his name? Adam. Adam is a really nice guy, I think.
Steven is
I'm sorry. Then I mix it
Steven's the curator of collections.
Yeah.
Adam is Hero.
Oh yeah, that's right. I mixed that up.
And then literally everyone else is a James.
Yeah. All the gallery owners are James.
About that. But it's like, James Henshaw, James Park.
Yeah.
James at Arrow, and James at Moore, of course.
And yeah, James Hobson. Yeah, exactly. So many Jameses out there. But hey, and then you got the Joes.
You got a Joe.
All the J's there.
It's all the J's.
But yeah, so if you are a person with a J in your letter beginning, your name with a J, then start a gallery. I guess that's successful.
Well, John is one of the curators at Spoke too.
Oh, true.
So,
yeah, true. Oh my God. There you go.
It's a thing.
All right. So, but how did you start out then? I mean, kindergarten. We just talked about kindergarten. Like, was there art school involved, and like, or university? What happened?
So yeah, I went to California College of the Arts, and I mean, for a long time, I've been illustrating now. This is gonna make me sound old, but I've been illustrating for 20 years at this point. And a good 15 of those years was almost exclusively editorial and book. So it was like I used to do New York Times basically weekly. I did like, the Atlantic, Washington Post, Boston Globe, just whatever, right? Popular Science. I would just do a lot of magazine work. And then I saw, do you know Frank Avila's Friday the 13th poster he did for Mondo?
I think I remember, yeah.
It's like a skull forming out of a tree. I'll send you that image, but that image was like completely changed my life. I saw that image, and after that, it was like I knew exactly what I wanted to do with my career, and I just wanted to make movie posters. I didn't even know. So that was the first Mondo piece I ever saw, and that was the first alternative movie poster. So that was the first silkscreen poster I saw like that, and it just like rewired my brain. So after that point, I set a plan to work in that industry. And
I'm pulling it up so people see it now.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's incredible, right? But I actually got in the movie poster world through kind of three completely separate avenues.
Mm.
One of them was I was doing a massive group show for Gallery Nucleus,
Mm.
and it was like one of the ones where they just invite everyone who has a pulse. And I did a small piece for that, and the person who bought that piece started commissioning me to do video game posters. So
Yeah.
shout out, this is another James Jersutikal,
Huh.
who runs Plush Art Club with Ali Moreno. And so James is amazing. And James was like, oh, a friend of mine is starting a gallery in New York, and I recommended you for his roster. That was Joe from Bottleneck.
Ah,
So
interesting.
back in, I guess this would have been 2013, I
Mm.
was part of the original Bottleneck roster. But at the time, Bottleneck wasn't doing AMPs. They were doing just more like, more kind of like the Gallery 1988 model, where it was
Mm.
big group shows and people would just do art that was like under a theme, right?
Yeah.
So they were big theme shows. They were a lot of fun. It was awesome to work with Joe, and he kind of gave me my first introduction to the movie poster world. Um, After that, I was also, so there's like two other things that happened, which is I opened a gallery with my brother, and it's
Mm.
something we had talked about since we were kids. And then we started really curating with movie poster artists like Craig, Marco Manev
Of
used to
course.
be in a lot of our shows, Kevin Wilson,
The
Josh
gang.
Brudish. It was really cool. And the reason was because Craig works very closely with Hero Complex.
Yeah.
So it was like a lot of who's doing work for Hero was just like he was like curating with the same group of artists. So we are kind of like a little bit of a satellite gallery for Hero in a way.
Yeah. So basically,
But
they're in LA and you guys are in San Francisco. Yeah.
yeah. But like Adam from Hero used to come up for the shows, and we used to just all have a good time. And when my gallery closed, thank God, because it was so much work, Adam asked me to do work for Hero. So that's how I started doing kind of like more steady work. Because at the time, I was putting myself in my own shows, which
Ah, okay.
is a really great life hack. If you want to get in movie poster art, I would recommend starting a gallery, curating shows, and just slipping yourself in every show. And my work was terrible, but it was like, who's going to stop me? I'm curating. But then the third way this happened was I was also doing comic books and graphic novels for a while,
Mm.
and I was making lots of pinup art just for fun. And I did a pinup piece of Galactus
Yeah.
just for myself. And somehow this made its way in front of Mitch Putnam,
Mm.
who
Mondo.
was the curator for Mondo. And so Mitch commissioned me without even knowing I did other movie posters, I think, to do a movie poster for Iron Man.
Mm.
And so I was working on Mondo while all these other things were kind of happening in the background. But these are like three separate instances, or like three separate journeys that all kind of converged on me doing movie posters.
I mean, that's a crazy journey right there.
It's kind of meant to be, but it took me 8 years of like just creating work and improving to kind of switch over to the point where now I do mostly studio work. And that took it was a very long, deliberate transition.
Yeah, I see. I see. And do you remember what was the first poster that you have done, like back in the
Oh,
day?
um, the first poster so it was probably a ink wash piece, a small 12 by 16 ink wash for Eyes Without a Face.
Ah, there you go.
Uh, the first one I did that was actually more like a poster was I did Ponyo for Sketchpad Gallery, which was my gallery in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That sounds all
And
good.
that was a Miyazaki show, which was I curated with Craig.
Mm.
So, yeah.
There you have it. Do you have
That
still
was it.
the OG pieces from back when?
the I don't know, maybe no, I don't know. I don't know. Ponyo was ink. Those were both ink on paper, so I might have them in a box somewhere.
Ah, okay.
I'm really bad about keeping my art. I don't even have APs of half my posters.
I see. I see. Well, you sell them all, or you just not even keeping one?
I give them away for the most part.
Oh, okay.
And then I just like I'll give them it away and then realize like that was the last one.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
That's all good. I mean, the aftermarket is going to be nice. Like you trade one of the new ones for the old
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah. I would rather have someone else's posters than my own.
There you go. Alrighty. Let's talk about some movies, man. Any movies you've seen lately?
I am basically a one movie a day guy.
Oh, okay.
So
Letterbox. You're on Letterbox, right?
We follow each other.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or
I follow you too.
Um,
I see you. I see you putting in movies. Yeah.
I put in work. No, I think like movies are kind of just part of my routine and like art diet.
Yeah.
The last movie I watched in theaters was A Haunting in Venice.
How was that for you?
I liked it. I mean, they're fun and goofy. You know, I think Kenneth Branagh is a lot goofier than people would assume
Yeah.
because of his like Shakespearean heritage. But I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I gave it 3.5 stars.
Yeah. Average.
Yeah, it was good. Freaks, I watched the other day for the first time. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Todd Browning, 1932. Yeah, like that movie was so much better than I thought it would be. It's like so much more compassionate.
Yeah, that's the one that goes with American Horror Story, right?
Yeah, American Horror Story is kind of based on that. Yeah, for sure.
The second season, was it Asylum season where they have the characters on that? I think.
What's season?
Or was it no? Yeah, that's the circus one, right? The carnival one.
The circus. I think it was just called Circus. Yeah. There's so many seasons I can't keep track.
Yeah.
But yeah, loved it. That was a 4.5 star for me. Then before that was Koyaanisqatsi, which is a work movie for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just put it on when I have a long work night because it's easy to watch. Yeah, and the last one I saw that's like a modern movie was No One Will Save You, the alien one.
How did you like this one? I watched it yesterday evening.
I wish it was a theater movie because seeing it at home, I kind of felt like really dialed down the experience.
It was like Prey, right? The same kind of situation, right?
Yeah, it was the exact same situation where it was for theatrical release and then they shoved it on streaming.
And then
thanks Disney.
Yeah, then they should have rather than put Ariel straight on streaming and like get these movies in there.
It was I liked it a lot. The idea of a home invasion alien movie is really fun.
How was I mean, I heard that there's no like real ending for the movie, but like what's your take on the ending? Like spoiler alert, people.
Oh, the ending to me felt like an oddly like Wes Anderson kind of. It felt very silly, but I don't know, kind of fun.
Okay, but like, do you think? What do you think happened?
I think she's the only human left.
Okay. I think my take was that she is like, I mean, there's a lot of, obviously, in whatever we think, like there's a lot of self-healing and like loving yourself kind of situation going on throughout. And then at the end, it was for me like that she got the appraisal by the other aliens, and then now she's the only human left, but and she can design the life she wants because she was so badass, basically.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think I feel like every single horror movie these days is like the real monster is guilt, trauma, or grief, and I'm kind of tired of that format, but this one did something fun with it where it's like her guilt and grief was kind of her strength.
Yeah, it was good. It was really well done. But I think I was like, I don't know. I wasn't 100% satisfied. I wasn't over the moon as others, but I also gave it 3.5. I think.
Yeah, 3.5. I think I was 3.5 on that.
Right. Fair enough.
And then Talk to Me was probably the last one I saw before that in the theater.
Horror movie again. There you go. So
Yeah, I love horror. I mean, I think I'd probably watch at least 50% horror. Talk to Me was great.
yeah,
I really liked it.
I thought it was really, yeah, I thought so too. It was like really, really fun to watch and had a cool take on that genre.
Yeah, I really like the idea of like the premise of people using possessions as like a drug.
Yeah,
Was
or
kind
like
of
a
cool.
party game. Yeah,
Yeah, it kind of became like I think the last half became a very standard
yeah, but
possession, creepy people standing behind you in the mirror type movie. But uh, I really loved the first half.
yeah, for sure. I'm all going along with that statement. And anything you like to see? Because I have seen the creator.
Oh, how was it?
I don't know. I think people are split about it, but like I hear like some people I actually think like they're raving about the movie. And then I was like, why are you guys raving so much about this movie? So just to put it in a spoiler-free context here, because basically story, meh, visuals and sound, yeah.
That's what I've heard from everyone is that it looks really pretty and it's nothing special when it comes to the narrative.
It's like I think it is done well, but for some reason like the world building is not done to the end. Like there's like it feels like okay, are we just gonna do something? Let's rush, and then it's not finished to the end. It's like I think that's the problem here. But like technically, it's basically like the questions come up like you have this technology, or why are we not using it? You know, it's like kind of like weird questions that come up.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it at some point.
Yeah, you should definitely. That's a cinema movie, like in terms of like how to, you know, like the feeling that, for example, the typography is amazing on that one. I really love that one. On every
Yeah.
scene they put that on, it like looks so good. Yeah, so
I mean, Ferguson killed that poster too.
yeah,
It's a beauty. But you know, like there there's so many movies where the poster is better than the movie. You know,
hey, that's sadly the case.
the thing I'm like, Poor Things,
Mhm.
the Yorgos Lanthimos one coming up. That's like, I can't wait. He's one of my favorite directors right now.
Yeah,
So
and
anything he does, I'm there.
yeah, when is that coming again?
December,
Oh yeah, okay. That's not too far away.
not too far.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward for this because I know you're a connoisseur of the Indian movie scene as well.
I, I am.
So I'm looking forward to. Did you see Jawan, by the way, the new Shah Rukh Khan movie?
No, I was talking to. I think I was talking to Anne Benjamin on
Oh,
Instagram, and she recommended it.
oh, she did. She was also a
Uh,
connoisseur. I didn't know that.
well, I mean, I think all people are a connoisseur of Shah Rukh Khan. You
Okay,
know,
that's true.
the man can cry on cue.
Hey,
What's not to like?
he's a talent.
Uh, but no, I really want to watch it. I just need to find a spare 12 hours to sit and watch
It's
it.
not that long. It's just 2.5 or so,
Is
or
it not?
240. It's okay.
Oh,
It's not too
wow.
bad.
That's is that even a
They keep
movie?
it under 3 hours nowadays, so it's like fine.
Do they? I do love a good 3 hour Bollywood
Yeah,
movie.
but this one is really nice. I think it's better than Patan, the one from January, and has a good message, and like the way the action was really nice. There was this German guy. He invented this camera system for action shots, and he's going all over the world like to film action shots in this kind of way because this camera system he has like is like the one. And they've also filmed with that camera system, and there's some really nice action shots. It's like okay, I really recommend it. It looks really nice.
Nice.
The story is fun, and we had like this time we had in our cinema, like we had like for Masala Crowd, we had like a IMAX showing again, and people were dancing in front of the screen this time.
Oh, that's awesome. So has he kept his Om Shanti Om body? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, of course, man. What kind of question is that?
Okay, because I mean, okay. No, I just want to make sure. You know, there's a reason I go see these
Yeah,
things.
of course. Yeah. No
Yeah.
need to be
Not for the
scared.
tears.
It's all there. And
Okay. You know what I haven't seen though is I still haven't seen My Name Is Khan, the one he
oh,
shot in San Francisco.
yeah, they go do that. That's great. It's a good one.
I know, and they were filming in San Francisco. Like we lived 10 minutes away from Dolores Park where they did a whole
Oh,
thing,
okay.
and like people came out. You
Of
know,
course, man. It's crazy, right?
there's a huge South Asian
Yeah.
community in the Bay Area.
Yeah, and he has another movie coming up, Donkey, in December, on 21st of December.
Damn, you know your stuff.
I, dude, we had in June we had our 1 year anniversary for Marcella Crowd, and at that point we showed like I don't know 60 different movies and like had like around 10,000 plus people come through, so, like to our
That's
screenings. So
amazing.
that's yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a
Ask.
question. You can only keep one. Do you keep Bollywood or Tollywood
Ooh,
right now in the current scene?
ooh, that's tough. That's tough. I think I have to say Tollywood.
All right.
Yep. So I guess that's the one. But I just want to say there's a new movie coming out with VJ, the new Tamil movie, Leo. It's Leo. It's part of the LCU of the Lokangesh Cinematic Universe, and they where Kaiti is part of it, then Vikram, and now Leo, and it brings it all together apparently a little more, and it's like really interesting, like the underworld stuff, and like and it looks really nice. The poster they have done for Leo, it is fucking amazing. I don't know if have you seen it or
No, no.
hold
I
up.
want to now.
Google to it. I'll show it to the people. Type in Leo movie poster, and then there's a blue one with like hyenas. Like there's a hyena on it. They just I think they gave a new version, like this is a landscape
Oh
version.
yeah, that's badass.
It's crazy, right?
That's really good.
Okay, hold up, people. You can see it here too in a second. Boom, there it is. Hold up.
That's yeah,
I think
that's
that's
cool.
really amazing. I really like this one.
Yeah, because I will say I don't think they bring a lot. I mean, I think they're like Indian cinemas movie posters are kind of in the same place American blockbuster posters are, where it's like a lot of
I would beg to differ here. I have to say
yeah.
it is different. I mean, obviously, like the very typical ones, but I think there are very cool ones that are, and I think the scene itself is highly underrated. And since I got to know like a lot of people that like work on the big blockbusters, like for example, Poster Junkie Raj Khatri, he is doing like I don't know his company is doing he's the creative director, but his company is doing like I don't know 75% of all the Bollywood stuff. And
Wow.
then there are a couple like when it comes to trailers, posters, and all the advertisements. And I don't know who has done this one, but I think there are a couple more good ones. Postophilia is his name. He has also a store, and he shares always the cool Indian posters most of the time. And there's some really nice ones in there where I would say, hey, people, cinema people, please, like the big Hollywood people, please take a note over here. Like try something with different movie posters because it's really nice. And yeah, this I cannot complain too much. Like Sam Healy did the Bola campaign. Have you seen that one?
No, no.
Bola, it's with BHOLAA, and there's like these. I think I posted them, and they had like there was like a one. There's one with a motorcycle and the chains. Hold up, Al.
Oh, this is pretty dope.
Like this, like drawn. You see this hand drawn, all the brush strokes and stuff like that. There's a blue
Yeah,
one and like a fire one,
that's
and like Sam Heatley has done these, and they're really nice.
wow.
And they were like a big. They had like big billboard sized of these in India. I heard, and like so it's like really cool to see.
That's awesome.
So they tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
but
it's interesting seeing what like everyone's doing now because you have all these like Disney posters are just like have gone they're so photoshopped, but then they also have they hire poster posse to do a lot of those like kind
yeah,
of more artistic marketing posters, trying to
exactly.
trying to hit both angles of it.
So yeah, but speaking of Disney, have you seen Ahsoka, the last episode?
I'm on episode 7 right now.
Okay, yeah, eight came out today.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Okay, that's great. I mean, I've seen it earlier. I've just seen the finale, so.
Was it good?
I liked it, but my favorite episodes are 4 and 5.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised at how much I'm enjoying it.
Yes, I think it's the best, or at least second place for me, and in terms of TV shows.
For Star Wars.
Yeah.
Anything with Hayden Christensen for me, you know how much I love him. That gets bumped up a lot.
Sure,
like you get a full grade up just for showing his face and cutting him a check.
How amazing was that episode? Like the fifth one where he trained her again. Oh, I was
Beautiful.
Crying tears of joy.
I'm really glad too that the fan community has completely come around on him and like appreciates him now, and like puts him in like a very solid place as far as like part of the canon and part of the universe. Because for a long time, you know, it's like he got nothing but hatred and vitriol for like giving his heart to the franchise. And
yeah, like Jar Jar.
I feel now he's respected. Poor Jake Lloyd, though.
Yeah, you know. I know. That's still sad. But yeah, I mean, do you think the sequel, the sequel trilogy will come around as well?
It's hard to say. I mean, you look at the prequel trilogy. You know, it's the same thing that happened with Star Wars, where it's all the people who watched that as kids, and that was their core Star Wars. They're all adults now, and they have nothing but great memories of childhood. But I don't think the new sequels will resonate the same way because there was no vision. You know, like you look at the prequel trilogy, love it or hate it, it had a vision.
Yeah, that's
and true. It had really.
Is that a red line going through at least?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the characters are really compelling, and it also understood how to play to kids, which is, I think, what a lot of people hated about it is what made Star Wars successful in the first place, which is it was a movie it was a fun adventure movie directed at kids.
Yeah, that's what George Lucas always said.
Yeah, and the sequel trilogy is none of those things. It's just kind of all over the map. It's scattered. It doesn't have anything memorable except BB-8. I mean, it's great, but I don't know. And then like it's just so disjointed.
Yeah.
So I don't think it will be.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I think The Mandalorian will be extremely fondly remembered in like 20 years.
I think so too. I think it already is. I mean, it's I always had fun watching Mando, wherever he is.
Yeah, I love Mandalorian. I think it's like I'm a huge fan of westerns and Chambra, and I think it's like it feels very much in that lane.
All right. Cool. Let's talk about some more posters. Do you got any favorite movie posters that you would like to shout out? Anything we should put our eyes on?
You mean all time or my posters or other?
What's that?
My posters or other people's?
If you think you should put yourself in there, I'm not going to take it away from you, buddy.
No, I absolutely don't. It's been a weird year for posters, I think, I'm probably not the only one who feels that way. But stuff that I've seen this year that is kind of I really liked. I think one of my favorite pieces this year is. Do you know Garvin Grant?
Yeah, of course. That guy.
Garvin's
is great.
Children of Men poster is like
that was incredible, right?
Holy cow!
I was
man,
like,
that
what
poster
the fuck, man? This is so great. I don't know why nobody picked it up yet. This must be a print. So here it is, people.
No,
Aaron, he's the man. I've been talking to him for quite some time, and like this stuff. He had this one, and there was another one he did in a similar vein, and they were both knockouts.
Garvin is a beast, and like I feel
he's underrated, man. People need to get their eyes on him.
Super underrated, but I think in a few years he'll be like well known. And that piece to me though is like one of those ones that had such a deep emotional read and like was perfectly composed. That might end up being one of my favorite. I mean that'll be in my top 3 this year.
Oh, for sure.
It might be my favorite. I really liked. I think this was even maybe for the same shows. Eamon Winkle did a Salem's Lot for Hero that was just like really friggin' cool.
Hold up.
He's a comic artist, and I
Yeah.
just love the way he draws.
Which one? I'm trying to find this one.
It's Salem's Lot. It's Eamon Winkle.
Yeah, I know. Did you put it? No, didn't put it in the photos you sent, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay, let me then. What did you say? Salem's Lot. E Winkle.
Yeah, I just think it's. Yeah, I'll send you. I'll send you.
Hold up.
Oh, is it? Are you putting it up now?
I'm trying to. Yeah.
It's for Hero.
Salem's Lot. Hero Complex.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Eamon Winkle. Found him.
Yeah, it's friggin' cool.
This one. Yeah.
It's a great piece.
Very Nosferatu.
It's just really, yeah, it's just really different than a lot of what's happening now. I loved. I mean, speaking of Hero stuff, is the Halloween 45 had some bangers.
Yeah.
Of course, like Benedict Woodhead, I think is so reliably great.
I'll pull yours up for a second here, though. By the way, speaking of that,
which
the Halloween 45.
Oh, okay. So I was really excited about that piece, and then another artist, Aaron, I think it's Aaron Leah. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He did a very similar concept to mine, but way, way better. Like, he formed Michael Myers' face out of like the bodies of the victims in the movie, and it's like so beautifully done, and it's like got so much mood to it, and it was like, I had one of those moments where I was like really happy I had this piece done because I thought the concept worked, and then I saw someone who is, I mean, I love his work, and he just like destroyed me. And it's, yeah, that to me, like his piece, Melvin Mago, I love his work, and I wish he did way more, but every piece he does is like, I think, pretty special. And then like there's so many good pieces. 12 Sketches, I really like their piece in the show. Across the board, I mean, I think Jason Edmiston, of course, had like 50 to 60 incredible new pieces. The letterpress one looked really good.
Yeah. I talked to Jason. I was supposed to talk to him as well. I think this week or early next week as well.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to watch that. That guy's one of the most consistently great artists for a very long time. Oh,
indeed he is. And his like ideas, like so simple but so awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he really knows how to communicate emotion really well.
Yeah.
I really loved the Solaris by Catherine Lamb.
Oh, I love Catherine Lamb. She's also underrated.
Catherine Lamb is so underrated, but I mean, Catherine Lamb is also one of those illustrators who I feel like she dabbles in movie posters, but she's really also very, very accomplished in editorial.
Yeah. Go, people, by the way, a little shout to Catherine. Check out the podcast I did with her. So it has been fun.
She's such a beast. Like Catherine, yeah. And if I could like, if I was like a billionaire and I could just dump a lot of money on one company, I mean, I would like, of course, more. I want them to like flourish because I love more. But Black Dragon, I wish there was a Black Dragon release every week. Because they have, for me, like I'm a Criterion nerd, and they have like they do the weirdest stuff and the best stuff, and they're so perfectly curated. So yeah, Catherine Lamb for Black Dragon. Yeah. And what else do I have on my list of recent stuff? Maddie Tobin's Talk to Me for A24.
Oh yeah.
But like, okay, Maddie Tobin, I feel right now at this point in time is the best to do it, right? Like the best active artist right now is Matt Ryan Tobin.
He is very great, to be honest. Yeah, we also had a long chat, Matt and I, and he's always been like so easy to talk to and such a great dude, and then puts out this incredible artwork. It's like amazing.
Can you find a flaw with that man? I mean, like, okay, first of all, he's beautiful, right? Like, he is objectively one of the most attractive humans to ever walk the earth. He's got
Man
cool
crush
tattoos.
alert.
I'm just saying, like total art boy crush on Maddie. He has cool tattoos. He was in an awesome band,
Mhm.
right? He's the nicest person I think I've met in the poster
Oh yeah,
world.
he is.
Him and Vance Kelly could have a nice off, and that would be like a battle for the ages.
But
And
I have to
he's
honestly say, there are a lot of very nice people. Yeah, very nice people.
dude, the industry is like shockingly cool. Like,
Yeah,
um, everyone is really nice. I don't think I've met anyone who I was like, oh, stay away from that
yeah.
guy. You know, like all the artists are just incredible humans. But like Maddie really helped me out a lot with
Mhm.
Mondo. Like when I was doing the Iron Man, like he really helped walk me through that process. When I was kind of freaked out, and there was like he thought nothing of it. And but yeah, I think as an artist, he's just like he is unstoppable right now. He like incredible thinker. He renders really
Yeah.
beautifully and uniquely. Like I could pick his work out easy out of a lineup. And then you like the other person who's crushing it right now for me and who's just dropping like piece
Hmm.
after piece is Dakota Randall.
Oh,
Like
Dakota, man, he's so good.
Dakota is like for me a top. He's like top tier right now. Like, and he's got this Gundam coming out for Spoke
Another
for
one?
New York Comic Con. Yeah, this one though is the one to like end the series. I mean, it is that piece. I think is going to just be like an all timer. I've seen it
All
the
right,
finish,
cool.
and it was like it made me want to quit.
By the way, Dakota and I, we're in a fantasy football league, so and that's always fun. And also, I talked to him because he needs to come on the show as well. I told him.
Yeah. Tell him. I have a weekly reminder set up to bug him to join Billing Block. I love Dakota's one of my favorite people, but he's just like he's just so like he hits in every area, like
Yes,
color, composition, concept. He's so good, and yeah, I think like I'm sorry, I'm going on and
all
on,
good.
but Danny Schlitz,
Mr.
uh,
Schlitzkis, he's good.
Mr. Schlitzkis, Danny, I feel is so prolific. It's like I don't like talking to him because every time I talk to him, he's like, "Hey, I finished 5 new pieces, and they're all better than everything you've ever done." He doesn't say that; he's very
Yeah, yeah.
modest. But Danny is just like so
And
prolific and so
I have to
good.
say, I think Danny has my all-time niceness award. I think he would snatch it from me personally. In
Yeah, but I
from
mean,
away
I
from
think
Maddie.
he's one slip up from being canceled, Danny. You know. No, I love. I yeah, no, he is the nicest person. And Zishu is like, I mean,
Yeah.
she's been like crushing it as well. Like, she dropped a killer Mononoke for Spoke recently, but I really just love the way she draws, and everything she does, I think, is like a special piece. So, and then yeah, I mean, I mentioned Benedict
Mhm.
Woodhead, but like he did a really great Dracula for Vice recently, and he did his Pulp Fiction for Hero was like so smart, and his Halloween piece was just like I don't know how he thinks of his ideas. Like like idea wise, he's just in a different league than anyone right now.
Yes, I, I'm just seeing this by the way here. The close the blast doors with Benedict Woodhead, a piece of with more art. I'm still waiting. While I see this, I was like, oh, did somebody finally do a piece for the zombie troopers? But no, because I still want the zombie trooper piece.
Well, you need to talk to James
Yeah,
about
I
that.
did multiple times, and he was like, "Yeah, do it yourself, do it, and I'll do it." I was like, "Okay."
Speaking of James, his Mario piece for
Oh,
Spoke
that was fun, right?
also like,
He
so
also did
good. I
Luigi,
mean, it's
right?
just so like he did Mario and
Yeah,
Luigi's the
yeah, yeah.
variant.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, he's his ideas are just like so inspired. Yeah, I think like I wish he had more time to like make
Yeah,
art because he's also one of those thinkers that just like creates concepts that um, feel really obvious and no one thought of them before.
Yeah, he's very creative, but as you said, he needs more time to do great art. He also needs time to do the
Yeah.
podcast. I'm still waiting on it, but he's like super busy with like the gallery and everything. So happy for him,
Yeah.
and can't wait that when we finally record again.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
So that was me throwing. Oh, also just like sorry, two more
Sure.
pieces I wrote down. Sean Longmore. I know he did this piece earlier, but Sean Longmore's Twin Peaks: The Return is like. I'm not a big fan of um, ensemble format posters, but like that poster, it was like a Japanese variant for Twin Peaks: The Return.
But he
And like,
did some really cool stuff, I'd say. I like his style.
oh my god! And that piece, no, Sean Longmore is another one. It's like every single thing he drops is incredible. And there was a recent private commission done by, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's Bruno Vergauwen.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
And so I'm working on a Lost Highway right now myself. And I hate when this happens, when you're like halfway through a project and then someone drops a concept or like a piece that's like better than what you could possibly do with your concept. And I feel like that was so smart and so fully realized as a concept that I almost don't want to finish my piece now. But I just want to pick up that original I want to pick up a print because that one was incredible and very underappreciated movie.
Yep. There you have it, people.
So there's my very long list of top 3 posters I've been into recently.
It's all good. I mean, Christoph also went more than the number, so we talked quite a while about great artists and posters. So it's all good. But are you collecting yourself? I mean, you said your brother's collecting, but are you collecting as well, or just the poster here and there?
I have not collected as much this year. I do collect though. I do collect. Let's see. I think like last few pieces I got one of LD's Blade Runner ones, the one with the chest.
Yeah.
You know, I love his work. I have probably like he's someone I collect a fair bit of, and I like that one. The other ones didn't really hit me as hard, but I thought that one was really cool. I mean, just the fact that he did 3 like beautifully realized pieces for the movie is impressive.
I think I'm crazy like that because I have only like 2 pieces of him, and one is the Guggenheim for the Frank Lloyd Wright series, and the other one is the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad.
Oh, that's a good one. I have one of his always on my walls. His Days of Heaven is, for my money, the best Mondo poster ever made. So I have one of those, and that always hangs so I could look at it and kind of understand what's possible in the medium. Because to me, that's like a perfect realization of what a movie poster can be. I got the Simon Dellart's Hercules for
this
BNG.
one is nice. That was
I just thought it was cool, you know. And my older daughter really loves Hercules, and it was like I got as her first movie poster.
They're very Dolly, I'd say. This one.
yeah. Was Dolly the one who did the
Wonder Woman? Yeah.
Wonder Woman. God, that piece, man, Dolly, like that piece is an all-timer too. And then the other one I got recently was More Art did the Sega consoles with like the hollow foil on black. And I bought 2 sets of those, one for myself and one for my brother. And that was I just thought those were super cool, even though they're probably some weird European size.
Yeah, that's it could be A2 probably, but it's a fine. You find frames for that.
No, we're too patriotic to have A2 frames over here.
Okay. But that's some really nice picks, so for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's more I want.
Yeah,
there's a Bottleneck just dropped that. I'm not a big like I like weird stuff, right? Like I'm not a big like blockbuster poster kind of
Mm.
person, but I gotta say that Lord of the Rings BNG dropped today. Who
Cup out art. I don't know what her name
yeah, God,
full name is.
she like that piece is so beautifully painted. Like, and Chris Valentine also like I just think he paints really
Yeah,
well. So I like those. I like those a lot. I'm not a big Giclée fan though,
that is
but
true.
like I
That is
like that.
always yeah, very problematic. So I understand that, but I think if it fits the medium better, like as you know, like we had the gaps debacle of Lord of the Rings and the printing problems there. So I can understand if you do a Giclée,
Yeah.
it sometimes is a better option.
Well, Giclées always look better, you know, and I think if you are a painter,
Mm.
it's going to reproduce better 100% of the time. For me, like I build directly for screen print, really like low
Yeah.
palettes. But you know, you look at like, did you see the Paul Mann North by Northwest for Spoke
Yeah.
recently? That thing was 32
Wasn't it
screens.
36 even?
The 36 was it 36? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
over 30 screens, and I'm like, that is
Insane.
how much was printing on that thing, you know,
That's why the
like,
print was like
and
200, right?
it was a $200 print. I mean, it was a nice print though.
Yeah.
Like, I liked it a lot, but like at that point, you know, it's like you're trying to get one medium to do something another medium just does better.
Yeah.
Although I will say, Jason Edmonston, like speaking of screen printing, that guy color separates in a way that boggles the mind, and he's able to take his like oil paintings and separate them down into like 8 screens and make them look like they're made for screen print. But it's, you know, it's an art form like anything else.
Yeah, it's like Sanyose also, the master, the separator, the separator.
That guy's found his calling. Which the funny thing is, he's also just like he's such a good
Yes,
artist
right?
too. But like he's so
I think he
good,
would
and
have
I feel
put
like
out more posters and more prints if he wouldn't have to separate all the other good prints from the other great artists.
it's so funny seeing every private commission now is like separated by San Jose.
Mm,
I'm like, yeah, of course, we know.
yeah, that's how it is, my friend.
I do my own seps.
There you go. So, speaking of your own steps, what are you working on right now?
I am working. So I'm actually in grad school now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm doing. So outside of movie poster stuff, I'm working on a children's
Oh,
book,
all right.
uh, which I'm having a lot of fun with.
You want to talk about more
And
about that? Like, what is it about? And like,
yeah, I mean, I can't really show anything
yeah,
from
we
it
don't need to show.
because
You just talk
that's
about it. It's fine.
it's loosely based on the Charles and Ray Eames short film Powers of 10,
Mm-hmm.
which is really inspiring to me. But it's just a way to show
Mm-hmm.
scale. So it's like showing something at 1 meter, 10 meters. It's for you metric people. Um, so it's about a girl who wishes to be bigger on her birthday, and every spread she is 10 times bigger than the previous one until she's the size of the universe,
Mm.
and then realizes how lonely it is to be bigger than everyone and shrinks back down. It's a very, very simple story, which for me is a way to just make really uh, detailed detailed imagery that I'm into. I don't know if anything will happen with it. Like I am not the right fit for children's books
But
for
you're
sure.
doing it on your you doing it because you want to sell it, or just because you want to do it?
I would love to sell
Okay.
it. I mean, it would be a dream of mine to see it published.
Mm.
But I think for me, I'm like really really restless as an illustrator, and I don't like only being in one lane. And children's books is something I've always wanted to do, and I never thought I would be the right fit for. But while I'm in grad school,
Mm-hmm.
I figure let's take that shot, you know. And I'm gonna see it through. And if anything happens with it, that would be great. And if not, I'll have been glad I
There's
did it.
always Kickstarter.
Uh, there's always Kickstarter, you know, for the 5 people who follow me on Instagram. If
The
they each
five, he
donate two
says.
thousand dollars, But besides that, I'm doing movie posters for thesis that people generally won't hire me for.
Hmm.
Like my taste in movies is not what I would want to make posters for is not at all what people would
So
buy.
what are you doing right then, man?
So,
Like what don't people want to buy?
well, okay, so I'm working on Ugetsu,
Hmm.
which is just for me.
Yeah.
And that's a movie by Kenji
Is that the
Mizuguchi.
comp one you sent me?
And that is the comp, yeah. And I'm almost done with the finish on
Hey,
that.
why wouldn't people want to buy this? What are you talking about?
I mean, I
What are
think,
you
like,
talking about? This looks very beautiful, and love the
thank,
vase in there, and like the crown for the title treatment. It's amazing.
thank you. And it's such a beautiful movie. I think, my dream job, which hopefully I'll get someday, is Criterion. And so a lot of movies I'm doing are more in the Criterion
Yeah.
lane. I'm doing an In the Mood for Love poster,
But that's not yours. Is that
which
yours? That's up there.
no, my gosh, but I would say In the Mood for Love for such. I mean, it's like not maybe
Who did this again?
not the most popular. I sent you a few. Shu did one that is like unbelievably beautiful,
That's
and
the one with the where it's basically just the title treatment and her sitting, right?
yeah, yeah, that one. Mark Aspinall, who Mark is one of my favorite illustrators too. I wish he was doing more movie poster stuff. That's a grail for me, but that's like a $600 poster.
Yeah.
And Tula Lotte did one that I think is pretty gorgeous too.
Is that the red one where she's in the front drinking, or is
Yeah,
that Mark's? Okay, that's
yeah.
Mark. Okay.
I could see the reflection of it in the lighthouse poster,
Ah, there you go.
which is also that's one of the last pieces I bought too. By the way,
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank you. It's appreciated.
God, man, that piece is so good.
Which version?
I got the color.
The color. Okay,
Yeah,
the one from the book, the book version.
the one from the book. Yeah, I think that's what wasn't sold out at the time.
Yeah, that's a great one. I mean, it's up there. So
That whole project, man. I wish I
thank
got
you.
in on it. That's my fault.
I mean, there are talks, Volume 2 talks. They are happening.
Well, I'm in. I'm in now. I'm
Great.
committed on camera.
Perfect. There you go. I mean, I'm gonna ask you later. What are you gonna do? So.
I wrote a list, so
Perfect. Alrighty. Then
so yeah,
yeah.
I'm doing a Lost Highway and I'm doing a Rosemary's Baby, but like coming right up, I'm trying to do an X piece for Hero, and it's a collaboration with one of my good friends, Kimberly Cho,
Yeah.
who she's going to do Pearl, and we're going to have them go together. I'm doing a portrait of Tarkovsky for school because I worship at the altar of Tarkovsky.
Yeah, of course.
If you talk to me for more than 5 minutes, Tarkovsky's going to come up. And
have you seen this? There's like this. What was it like? There's this meme was going around like where they had like this bed and you can see all the guns on it with the directors. Like there's like basically the like what millennials or something like or Gen Z is talking about, only Tarantino and Scorsese or whatever, and then and then they have like these little 2 revolvers and like those Brownings or whatever it is, and then they show like they have this bed and then they have like the names next to all the others. And Tarkovsky is like a shotgun, and like all the others are like the Desert Eagle or some other stuff like this, but only like handguns. But Tarkovsky is a shotgun, so it's like super fun.
Man. Love Tarkovsky is my favorite director, and I'm reading Sculpting in Time right now, and that's his book on film theory, and it's like I feel like he's speaking to my soul. Like he gets me. So I'm doing a portrait of Tarkovsky, and then I want to do.
You're gonna do it KD style, like basically put all those movies in one, or?
No. It's a school assignment that we have to do like a cover of a biography. So it's I'll throw in my sketch. It's I'll send it to you. Do you want it now?
Yeah, throw it in. I'll throw it up here. You can, I think, in the chat. If you do it in the chat,
I'll put images in the chat. Can I do this?
Yeah, you can. Just drag and drop.
All right. This I have to finish in the next week, and I hope my teacher's not watching. So we have to do it in the style of another illustrator. So I did Sam Weber.
Oh, okay. Hold up, hold up. I'm sending it through
It's
here.
very Greg Ruthy, if I'm being honest. Like this is feels like right out of the Greg Ruth playbook.
Hold up, I'm pulling up for the people. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Yeah, I'm working. I'm working. But yeah, Greg Ruth, keep talking. I'll do the
Oh yeah,
rest.
no, I mean, okay, Greg Ruth's Last of Us pieces were really phenomenal too. For a while, I didn't like Greg Ruth at all,
Hmm.
and then I
Why not?
realized
Why? How
it was
can you? Blasphemy.
it was just jealousy, and the fact that he and Ethan Hawke like best friends annoyed me because
Pull it
I'll
up.
never be friends with Ethan Hawke. You
Yeah.
know, I was like, who is this guy? But he's really good. He's
So
really
I pulled it
good.
up now. It's up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit Greg Ruthy, but it's for school. It'll be fun. If anyone wants to buy the original, just get me a cup of coffee. Um,
It's hand drawn or what? Or is it a
it'll
digital sketch?
be if I have time, it'll be ink wash and watercolor and acrylic on paper.
Mm.
But most likely, it'll be digital with ink wash and acrylic on top.
Mm. Okay. Okay. But I would really love to see like a KD style Nolan poster for Tarkovsky. I think that would be something very cool.
Yeah, that would be
Like
incredible.
having elements from all his films in there, you know.
Well, and Tarkovsky used so much of the same language in his movies. Like there's always a levitating woman. There's almost always a burning building. There's
Mm.
always trees. Someone trips in every movie. There's like his visual motifs were incredibly consistent from Andrei Rublev on. Like, I
Mm.
mean, I think Ivan's Childhood's kind of an outlier because it's his original, but
Yeah. What's this?
he
What's your
was
favorite
he
Tarkovsky, by the way?
I mean, Mirror, I've probably seen more than any other. Mirror,
Mm.
I've seen like 5 times this year, even.
Mm.
But Mirror and Nostalgia would be my two favorite.
Okay. Okay.
And I've seen them. Least favorite by far is Solaris. I don't like
Okay.
that
Okay.
movie.
I thought you were
And
gonna say Stalker when you started with the S. I was like, what?
oh no, man, I would put Stalker would be my number three. Like
All right. Cool.
Stalker is phenomenal. I mean there, and I don't. I think Sacrifice feels like a good coda
Mm.
to his body of work. Like Sacrifice feels like his medley. He's trying to sum up all his themes,
Mm.
but via Bergman, right? So he like filmed on what's it called, Malo? What's the island? I don't remember. With Sven Nyquist is like the DP.
Yeah.
Like he basically takes the visual language of Bergman and summarizes his entire philosophy and body of work in that one movie, which I don't love because it just feels like he's doing his greatest hits.
Mm.
But it is still a beautiful movie, and that the ending with the burning house is just like
It's an homage. It's an homage. It's fine.
it's really good. But yeah, I love you know I think he was 7 for 7.
All right. Fair enough. Alrighty.
So yeah, long way to answer what I'm working on. Oh, also I'm rebranding all of Pentel of America, so I'm doing like 130 illustrations for them now
Oh,
for the
okay.
packaging. Doing a book cover for Disney,
Hmm.
and
Star Wars.
I wish I can't say what it is,
Okay.
but it is not something you would probably want to buy.
All right.
It's not made for you. And then I was supposed to be doing a GI Joe piece for more art, but we'll see what happened with that.
Okay. Okay.
Sketch got approved.
Hey, there you go.
Um, I like it. I was doing Storm Shadow.
Yeah.
I was doing Storm Shadow for that, and then I was working on an Aliens piece for Hero, which kind of got stalled. I
Hmm.
really like the sketch, so hopefully we'll finish that up.
Yeah. I mean, you did the
And
first one, right? It's gonna be in the same vein, right?
yeah, exactly. I really wanted to just keep that series going. And then my Everything Everywhere poster got. We're doing a skateboard deck of that, which I'll
Oh,
throw in the
nice.
I'll throw in the chat here. That one is the printing on that is beautiful. Like VG, shout out VG kids. They
How
like
are they doing it?
one of the best print jobs I've ever seen for that. But I'm really excited for the skateboard.
Yeah, let me throw it up here. Where is it? There it is. Boom. And thrown it up. Boom.
Yeah, so
That looks very nice.
That's
Did you have to
Midian
refit
ROM.
it? Yeah, you refit the glass shards on top, right? That it fits.
Yeah, I redesigned everything just to kind of bring the characters and the whole design in that really slim frame. Which is why you always work in layers, kids.
There you go. Always work in layers. I mean, I even know that.
Yeah, some people don't.
Some people don't. We're not going to name
People,
names.
I'm not going to name names, but some people are like, yeah, my art's one layer. I'm like, this piece, the Everything Everywhere piece, was over 500 layers.
Nice. I mean, since I don't do illustrations, I don't have that many layers, but I do know about layering in terms of the tiny key art edits I do. Let's put it this way.
Yes.
But yeah, at least I understand the basics now of Photoshop.
That's all you need.
Yeah, man. Okay, let's talk about your process. I want to know about your process. How are you going about, and how are you making things happen? How does the magic work? Let's look behind the curtain.
So for me, like 90% of the process is the thumbnail, which I sent you some thumbnails.
I'll pull them up. They are right there.
There's one which is for there's one I did for. So I did a lot of key art this year for the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park. So I did 5 illustrations for that, which is I did just key art assets for merchandise, and then I did the front cover and back cover for the collector's edition steelbook. But I sent you the thumbs for that, and for that I did maybe, I don't know, you can see on the screen, it's a lot.
Yeah. How many? How long did it take to make
the
all
thumbnails?
This? Yeah, is it like a fasting? Are you fast at sketches?
Yeah, I try not. If I had to say, I would say I try not to spend more than 5 or 10 minutes per thumb. But for me, it's like the idea is everything, and everything after the idea is locked down is just rendering. So I keep. I have books and books and books and books. So this is like, all of these are books of thumbnails. And
how big? Yeah, I was going to say, how big is it? Like,
yeah, I'll show you some thumbs. Like, this is stuff I'm working on now. So, and I have thousands of these. So you'll just see, like, it's just pages and pages and pages of thumbnails.
Okay, so basically, I'll take these and I'll just cross them out, and then I'll basically like mark them. I want that. Is that how it's going to be? Like the catalog?
I actually wanted to do a little book of just thumbnails, because I have hundreds of pages of these, and like, they're fun, right? Okay, here's a piece for nostalgia, and this was a Solaris piece. I want to do, that's a dream for me, is to do every Tarkovsky movie in one series. So hit me up, Black Dragon. That was like Halloween 3.
What I think would be really cool for like a Tarkovsky piece, like that, like, do you know about the SG poster one? What she did for Moon Knight?
Eileen?
Eileen, yeah, the Moon Knight one. Like she did for every episode, she did one poster, and they went all together. Like, this could be something cool for Tarkovsky.
Yeah, Eileen is so good. She's so cool. But yeah, no, that would. I mean, you can see here. It's like I did a Mandalorian piece, and that's what the thumbnail looks like.
Yeah,
so
very, very close to the finished product.
They look terrible, right? But it's like every single thing that the finish ends up as is in the thumbnail. So I resolve every detail, composition value at a small scale, because if it doesn't work, I only spent 5 minutes of time, right? And if it does work, what I do is I just take my thumbnail, scan it in, and literally blow it up to 24 by 36. I even make my own. So I make my own templates to do movie poster, to do the frames, and And then once I have my idea big, it's just a matter of like, this is most movie poster people do hardcore reference collection, which I do as well. So that's like one
Mm.
thing, and you're probably going to ask this later, but advice for people getting into this is like, don't limit yourself to production stills and screen caps. I think a lot of people just like look up production stills, or they'll look up like they'll Google the movie and then pull like the first five things they find, and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, that's the same reference literally everyone uses for that movie. Or they'll use like toy photographs, which are
Oof.
copyrighted to the photographer. You know,
Yep. Yep. Be careful with those people.
you can't do that, and it's like I get it, right? You need reference. A lot of what I do for reference though is like I shoot my own photos. Like the Halloween piece I just did, the reason it looks fresh, if it does look fresh, is because that's a photo of my wife, you know,
Oh.
for the body. And like I meticulously posed that, did the lighting, and she's holding a spoon in the photo, but like all of that stuff is just my own reference. I use a lot of 3D modeling for
that's
reference.
that's what I wanted to do. Like there was also a book idea at some point to do a book with all the reference shots for
Yeah,
movie posters.
which is really cool. Also, I'll put one in here too. This is I did a piece for People Under the Stairs for Gallery 1988,
The movie,
and
yeah.
yeah, so here is I'll just kind of show because I'm really comfortable with showing my reference.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's everybody should be comfortable showing the reference because
People are really cagey. People want to act like they're conjuring these images from like thin air when it's like, no, we all use stuff.
duh.
So for this, it's like, okay,
Ah,
I
this
had
one.
movie
Ah.
reference, but I found a skull in 3D, and I sculpted the lighting for it in DAZ 3D, and
Mhm.
then I use that as my reference. So I
So
use 3D modeling. I take my own photos. Of course, I'm gonna like composite screen caps. We all do that. And if I don't see an actor in like high res, then I'll like look at interviews of the actor to get
mm.
their facial expressions, and I'll composite their facial expression over like the movie,
Yeah, yeah.
and the rest is just imagination fills in all the gaps. So for a lot of this stuff, it's like I have some key reference photos, but then the rest is just like, well, now you got to make it up. Like
Hmm.
the Halloween piece, you know, I had a good face, I had a good body, but the rest of the scene, the shadows, the couch, I'm just drawing that out of my head because I need to. There
Hmm.
is no reference for that the way I wanted it. So it's kind of like you're the director and you have your, you know, you have your bits and pieces, but you have to create the scene.
Yeah.
So I do reference collection. Then I only work in a program called Clip Studio Paint, so I
Oh,
don't use
okay.
Photoshop.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then I do what's called block. I do blocking, so I can send you what that looks like too.
Hmm.
I block out all my shapes in. I have like a presentation I want to send you, but
Sure, I can pull that up. It's a PDF. It's easy to pull up.
it's hold on. Oh, I have my blocking here. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
So I can send you what my blocking looks like. This is blocking for Jurassic Park. Okay, here I'll send you the. Okay, this is the whole. This is my whole creative process. So you'll see there's a finished sketch, and then this the sketch is like the pencily looking one. So I work with the reference and I draw a sketch, and then
Hmm.
I block out my piece in just flat colors, and each flat color is like the core color of that object.
Oh,
And
hold on.
then
It's a sketch. The sketch is here, and now the blocking starts. Yeah.
yeah, and
Okay.
then the way I do it is I have a layer which defines the whole shape, and then I clip a stack of layers on top, and
Uh,
each clip layer is going to be only one color
ah.
rendered over, and then I usually do color steps. So I'll have a mid-tone as my base shape,
Mm.
and then I'll render 2 or 3 layers of highlights and then 2 or 3 layers of shadow.
This
And it's all
basically
just clipped to that shape.
is that for the screen printing process that you do this, or?
Yeah, it's for screen printing and flexibility.
Okay.
I really like having a lot of flexibility.
Mm.
So everything's clipped, and then each individual shape is in a layer group.
Mm.
So I just have a stack of layer groups.
All right.
And then it's just like once I have my sketch done, I work directly under my sketch. So I turn the sketch to a low opacity,
Mm.
and then I work
Gotcha.
beneath the sketch, and I render shape by shape until the rendering's done. And then what I do after the rendering's done is I usually do a process to kind of integrate the whole piece,
Mm.
which is like color glazing, little bits and bobs tying things together. I'll have a separate thing for the dressing, which is like the title block, billing block,
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So my process is really structured and methodical and predictable. It's not, I know other artists that like feel it out as they go along, but for me, the piece is done in the thumbnail phase. Like once the thumb is done, the piece is done.
Mm.
I just need to render.
Do you go back, like, I don't know, for example, for the ones that have not been used? Are you coming back to those? Are you like maybe doing new ones? Because obviously for some reason you haven't picked these ones.
Yeah, actually, so I just did a Psycho piece for Spoke Art.
Mm.
I could throw that in here too. And that was based on a thumbnail I had done 5 years ago.
Mm.
And I just thought it was a cool idea. And then I visited Universal Studios recently, and it was like I got to see the Psycho house in person, the Bates Motel, and the house. And I was like, I have to do a poster for this. And the school assignment came up to do this. So I pitched it to Spoke, and they were like, yeah, let's do it. So that was an idea I had years ago. A lot of times I do a lot of work for collections, for gig posters. And a lot of times for those, they just want something that captures a feeling or a vibe.
Mm.
So I have a ton of thumbs that are just ideas that aren't related to any IP.
Yeah.
They're just like, here's a girl floating, which is like 90% of my thumbs. It's just girls floating.
Is that
like
Tarkovsky again?
Animals. Yeah, maybe that's why I connect to him so deeply. But yeah, so when that happens, I just pick up my thumbnail book and I'm like, what would be fun to work on now? Like here's just random, thumbnails. It's like, okay, girls with ghosts, girls on a snake, girls in a boat, girl on a little precipice, and then on the right side, there's a bunch of Blade Runner stuff, which one of those became a Blade Runner piece.
Mm.
Who knows? Who knows what these things end up as? But I always save them because they do come up again.
Okay. That's very nice to hear.
And the ideas may be interesting, but like I get better at rendering. So something I don't think I could have pulled off 10 years ago, I could pull off now.
Okay. Totally. Makes sense. You live and learn, right?
Yeah. And always grow.
Always grow. Yeah. And so basically this is your process. And as we've seen, the catalog with all the sketches. So if at some point, Chris, you need to make money, just put them online. People can pick the sketch and you just finish it for $500 each or something.
Done. We'll do it. No, they could buy the thumb and render it themselves.
Oh, there you go.
That's my model.
There you go. So yeah.
The idea is the only part of the process I care about. Like, I just don't. The rest is a means to an end, but like the idea is everything for me.
Yeah, I mean it's the composition that was already in the thumbnail, so I think that's my most favorite or most important part, because it's not like how well or how realistic you've drawn a person. That's not about it. It's like if the composition doesn't work, the composition doesn't work. So
yeah. I mean, it's kind of like the bar for rendering in this industry is shockingly high. Like, I feel everyone who can hold their own in the movie poster world can out-render me. Like, people are so technically good. I'm never going to win that battle. I'm never going to win the rendering tournament. I'm out
the rendering
first
tournament.
Round, right? But like when it comes to ideation, I'm not. that's my own thing, right? Like the way I can think of an image is the way I'm going to think of an image. And I'm not trying to riff on Ollie Moss. I'm not trying to riff on Drew Struzan. You know, I'm not trying to riff on like Matt Ferguson. I think how I think, and for better or worse, that's how I distinguish myself doing this.
Indeed, indeed. And there you have it. I think that is very important also as a tip here. As we said, had some tips earlier, but this is a very important tip. Be true to yourself, I'd say, right?
Yeah, it's hard though, you know.
It is, with all this input from the movie poster scene. But yeah, let's talk about some classical artists who would like to make a movie poster. Which one would that be, and which movie would that person do?
I was talking to my friend Erin last night, who shout out Erin McGuire. She's an incredible children's book illustrator and book cover artist, and we're going to collab on a poster at some point. But we were just like riffing forever on this. The funniest one is I was like, Caravaggio for the Lighthouse. I just thought of that, and I was like, oh, that's literally been done, and it's the best possible version of what that can be. That's Juan Ramos, right?
Yeah, exactly.
My God, man, that piece, when I saw it, was just like perfect.
Did you have it in hand already, the piece?
What's up?
Do you have that piece in hand?
It's in my flats.
But yeah, I mean, I just want to say, like, have you looked at it in person? I mean, that's even crazier than the book.
I couldn't believe it was a screen print.
Right?
Because there's like the crackling layer. Really cool.
Sanyosa did it.
Oh, that guy is like, stop drawing, dude. Just, you know, but, so the one I wanted to do, which I did not meet the deadline, was Bouguereau doing Lady Vengeance. There's a Bouguereau one where he's it's like the Virgin Mary surrounded by angels. So I want to, you know, I shouldn't say too much because this is actually going to happen and it'll be cool. I would love to see an MC Escher for The Shining. Because I feel like he could do a good job. I don't know if you remember, Phantom City did a Cabin in the Woods that was based on Escher, and that was like so good. Also, those two are like, I feel, the most underrated artists in the world right now.
Phantom City?
Like,
Phantom City. No, I think they're pretty up there.
They're like, they deserve to be in the conversation for the best ever.
Oh yeah, and for sure. They're goats. They're goats.
I love Phantom City. No question. Egon. Okay, here's. I think he's Austrian. Not sure.
One thing, by the way, MC Escher. I think in Inception, MC Escher.
Oh man. Okay, right there. You're doing that one. That would be perfect. Right? Okay, that's good. This would be a fun one. Is Egon Schiele for Requiem for a Dream?
Yeah.
Just writhing bodies on the ground. Andrew Wyeth doing The Winch.
Which one? Who?
That was one of. Do you know Andrew Wyeth is N.C. Wyeth's son and the father of Jamie Wyeth? He's the one who did Christina's World, where it's like.
Okay.
One of my favorite artists. Here's this was a deeply upsetting one. Is Vermeer doing Breaking the Waves?
Okay.
I just thought that sensibility would work. And do you know Cheng Da-chen?
No.
He's a Chinese painter, fairly modern. I think he died not too long ago. But Parasite would be a really cool one for him.
All right.
I have an idea for Parasite I really want to do. Someone hire me for that. Who has the license?
I don't know who did a piece. Somebody did a piece for that.
It's Neon. Was Parasite Neon?
I think the US is Neon, yeah.
Yeah, Neon, hire me to do everything. Okay, why isn't Neon as big as A24? A24 has incredibly good marketing, but like...
I think the problem is A24 produces itself and Neon is just a distributor.
But A24 got popular before they produced their own stuff. The first movie they produced was Moonlight, and they were like big before Moonlight.
But maybe they don't want to do it? I don't know.
I don't know, man. Neon
business is a fickle business.
It is. A24s, they're going about everything right.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's some good choices right there. I'd say. I still want to see my somebody do a Picasso Blue Period Avengers.
Yeah, that would be really good. That would be really good. Or like a Rubens Avengers
Yeah.
would fun and excessive. A lot of capes.
Yep.
Whole
Yep.
lot of capes.
Or what's his name? Goya.
Goya, yeah.
Some dark, like a horror movie. Goya horror movie.
Piece where Thanos is eating
Yeah.
eating Captain
No,
America.
no, no. He's eating. What's her name? The green one.
Gamora.
Gamora.
Yeah, well, that's getting into a whole different Freudian territory, but
I mean, that's a chill. Isn't it Kronos eating the children?
yeah, yeah. Oh no, you're right.
Yeah.
No, that would be it is Cronus. Yeah,
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
got it.
Thanos, Kronos.
that's it right there. Who's doing it? Who's call Paul Mann?
It's up for
He can do
grabs.
it.
But yeah, so we got some choices. I mean, it's not set in stone. So if you divert and like find the idea, then obviously you're very welcome.
I want to do my Boogero for Lady Vengeance. That's
All right. We'll do that.
okay. Park Chan Wook does not have enough movie posters for his movies. He's dangerously underrepresented. I mean, okay, you have LD did a really good Old Boy,
Mhm.
right? Tula Lotte's Handmaiden
Yeah.
is like one of the most beautiful posters ever made. That's on my list of grails. But besides that, what's even out for him? You know, there's like I can't think of a single good Thirst poster. I can't think of a good Lady Vengeance.
Isn't it The Wailing?
Mr. Vengeance.
Isn't that also from him?
The Wailing is no. The Wailing is God. I'm gonna butcher the name. The Wailing someone else.
Okay.
The Wailing needs a good poster too, though,
Yeah.
man. Because The Wailing, it's like, that's a top 5 Korean horror movie right there.
Yeah, for sure. And it's by director Na Hong Jin.
Who also wrote one called The Medium, which would be a cool one to do. Yeah. The Wailing is incredible. It took me like 3 times to really like to watch it because it starts so slow and it's so. But once you commit, it's a trip.
Yeah, it is crazy good. So definitely something that should be seen. And I have to say, I want to see some more, like the Eastern, like what's his name? Like the Ong Bak, like these kind of martial art movies. Like, I want to see more posters for that.
Gareth Evans stuff, right? Like Neil Davies. Was it Neil Davies who did the Raid
I got
1 and 2?
I got 1 and 2 of that.
Those were beautiful, but I think and didn't Jock do a Raid one, or it's just a building?
Jock did one. It was just a building, with the guy standing on top. I think this made it on DVDs or whatever.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah. But like, Murun Tao would be really cool. Ongbot would be really cool. Like,
even the the Netflix one, We Live Through the Night or something like that, or what was it?
Yeah,
you know which one I'm talking about, right? That was a very good action movie.
Yeah. It was so bloody, and it was like almost the entire same cast as The Raid.
And I heard there's this new French movie out. It's called Farang, and
I haven't seen that.
It was on this festival film right now. I don't know if it had a release yet, but it was on the Fantasy Film Festival here. I sadly didn't see it, but it has like the Raid guys for the action. And there's an elevator scene, which tops all the action scenes from the Raid 1 and 2.
That is a bold statement.
That's what people are saying.
The kitchen fight in the Raid 2 might be my favorite fight scene.
There's so many good ones. I mean, I love this movie. These movies. This is like so great.
Oh my god! And that kitchen fight directly follows the hammer fight.
Yeah, Hammer Girl.
And which is like also an all-timer, man. Like, why is Gareth Evans not getting more movies? Like, just let that guy make everything. Let him remake every single martial arts movie ever made. He did that one, The Apostle, and that was fine. Yeah. But like, no one needs him doing folk horror.
Yeah.
You know, like,
do Bloodsport.
Get that
remake Bloodsport.
Remake freaking Bloodsport. Thank you.
Something like that, yeah.
How incredible would that be?
That would be fucking amazing, man.
I think Frank Dukes though got like outed, didn't he, as being a fraud? So you'd have to make something different.
Yeah, I mean, update it, make it modern,
Update it. Yeah.
put in Asian actors everywhere. Done.
Do give what's his name? Uko
Yeah.
Uwais. Like give him everything.
Kumite.
Say it. Say it. Man,
That would be amazing, man.
that's the movie of my youth.
Yeah, man. Or some,
Okay, you're dead.
or add some like I don't know what else would be a good like or like those Jean Claude Van Damme movies.
Death Warrant would be really fun.
Double Impact with Dennis Rodman. Was it Dennis Rodman? Yeah, right.
No, Double Impact was him with himself.
Oh, okay. Who? What?
That was a Double Impact was oh no, Hard Boy. No, Double Impact was that John Woo?
Let me see.
Was that a John Woo movie?
Double Impact 91.
John Woo did one. Oh, Hard Target was John
Hard
Woo.
Target. This is Sheldon Lettich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one with Dennis Rodman's something
Isn't
else.
that Hard Target?
Hard Target is John Woo, right?
I'm looking.
Isn't that John Woo's first American movie? And then he did Broken Arrow.
This is John Woo. Yeah, it could be.
Or did he do? He did Face Off.
Yeah, the 96. Yeah.
Yeah. Face Off needs more.
And
posters.
then was Broken Arrow. Yeah, Face Off.
You know what I want? Okay, if Joe, if you're listening, lenticular of Face Off, where it changes from Nicolas Cage to John Travolta.
Yep.
That's what the world needs.
Exactly. I mean, people would buy that shit.
I'm designing that today, man. If there was ever a use case for a lenticular, it's that.
It was Double Team in 97.
Double Team and Double Impact are separate movies.
Yeah, I know. But it was something with double, so I mixed it up.
It's something with double, yeah.
With Tsui Hark, who is a Hong Kong film director.
Really? Sweetheart did it, because he's good.
Yeah. He did The Blade.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. And he did the Detective D stuff. I really enjoyed Detective D, especially the first one.
Those are fun.
With Andy Lau.
Yeah, I really like
he did Iron Monkey and Black Mask, the Jet Li ones. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. The Killer.
Yeah.
89. Yeah.
Nice.
Great stuff. Liking it. All right. We drifted off and talked about martial arts movies.
It's okay.
But yeah, it's totally okay, people. I hope you're not too bored, but I think we are kind of through here. Chris, I'll give you...
You know who would do a dope raid really quick is Jack C. Gregory.
Oh, yeah.
In the style of those Star Wars
yes.
ones he's been doing for
God,
Bottleneck. If he did a raid piece like that in the hallway,
oh my God,
that would be a banger. That dude can draw.
Yeah, he was on the show, right? Have you seen it? He was on the show.
No.
It's this year, earlier this year.
He's so good.
Awesome.
Laurie Greasley did those raid ones too. I was someone else, and those were like unbelievably cool. It was just like millions of characters. It looked like Where's Waldo with action. They were so good.
Nice.
Laurie Greasley's fantastic too.
There we go. Alrighty, buddy. Then I'll give you the stage now to shout out to friends, family, whoever you want to shout out, and say whatever you want to say. Promote yourself, or somebody else. It's up to you.
Yeah. I don't know if check out the piece I did for 45th anniversary of Halloween. I think it came out okay, and the recent Psycho piece I did for Spoke. I also did a One Punch Man for Spoke that was a lot of fun. Shout outs though. First and foremost, my Building Block family. They're like they're my the art collective I'm part of, and they help me with everything. They're the best people, which is going to be Benedict Woodhead, Danny Schlitz, David Henry Lance. So congratulations to him. He has a young newborn at home. Malone is one of my best friends in the world too. She's so good, and she has so much cool stuff coming up. Of course, James Hobson, Zishu, Lisa Shumska joins Building Block too.
Nice. Kino
Maniac. She is like she's on fire. She's so good. And Lucas Tetro. So that's our group. And of course, shout out Dakota, join us because it's Tuesday, so I have to say that. Huge shout out to my Uhart family. Um, Jess Golding goes by Cat Ink Studio. She just did a lot of killer work for Hero Complex Ghibli pieces. Um, Aaron McGuire, I mentioned earlier. Also, Ella Gita is, I've been collaborating with her on some movie poster stuff, and she's, I think in a couple years, she's just going to like explode. So she's someone to keep your eye on.
Get in on the
She
ground.
did an Invasion of the Body Snatchers poster that would be in my top 5 this year. I don't know if we're going to see it this year, but it is like, it's a banger. And I don't want to give away too much, but everything she's working on right now is fire. And my homie Brian Lutz, I'm trying to get him in the poster world. He's like dominating editorial though. So
hey,
who knows if he'll have
time. There's some new place to conquer, I guess.
I guess. I mean, that guy, you know, he's like Mufasa in the beginning of The Lion King, looking over everything the light touches. That's Brian Lutz right now. But everyone in Uhart, I love. They're such good people. I'm gonna like miss everyone if I start naming more people. Also, shout out my buddy Neems. Do you know Neems?
Yeah, the poster guy. That's what he calls him, right?
Yeah,
the movie poster guy.
Yeah, the poster guy. Neems, I've ended up collaborating with more than anyone because we both do a lot of work for the same projects for Universal. And he's just such a sweetheart, and he's such a passionate, great artist. And you know, shout out. Oh, we didn't talk about galleries, man. I had written up a whole lot on that.
Sorry, buddy.
No, man, we're running late. I talk way too much. Oh, fucking. Oh, sorry. I totally forgot to shout out House Bear.
House Bear, of course, man.
House Bear is part of Billing Blog, and also I think I forgot to mention him because he's also like so obvious. Justin Froning, one of my favorite artists, someone who inspires me all the time, and he's just the sweetest guy.
Also, very.
If you haven't had,
he was on the show. He's the sweetest.
Yeah, I love that guy. And that guy, I feel, is like everyone in Billing the Block. I feel is like family to me at this point. They're like real friends. Yeah, and House Bear, just that guy's the best. So I forgot a million people. Shout out everyone I've worked with too. So JP, Jeremiah, and Michelle at Universal, and you know, Adam, Ken, John, Joe, all the Jameses.
Jameses, of course.
All the many Jameses. James Hobson especially. He's so cool. So yeah, everyone. There's a million people I want to shout out, but follow me on Instagram because I also will share work I like, and that's way more important than me sharing my own nonsense.
Yeah, and you had some cool pixel stuff going on for some time.
I am taking a break for October, but my friend Quentin picked up the slack for that. So yeah, I play daily games on Instagram. So if you follow me, you could participate and win the great prize of honor and glory.
Yeah, that's the most important prize.
Or you could be like James Hobson and just troll me every day.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, that guy. He's a snarky cookie.
Okay. Good to hear. I will scold him when he's back on the show, and then we'll see.
Good. Yes, get him back. That guy needs to be back.
Yes, we want to get back. We had like personal issues and other work-related emergencies we had to take care of. That's why the show had been a little bit on hiatus. But we've planned a couple nice things, like the usual release show, but more in a more condensed format, and also a new kind of format where we talk about one particular movie or one particular franchise and their posters, and pick our favorites of these and like just nerd out a little bit.
All that matters is the Hobson approved.
Okay.
If that can't go, because that's the only reason I watch. I just watch for the drama and hot takes and the Hobson approved.
Good to hear.
I love that series though.
Did you know that he put in the book basically like I had like everybody sign it and stuff like that, like on their artist pages, like for my personal copy, and he put Hobson approved.
You have to.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, that I love that show, and
Thank you. Thank you.
I miss it when it's not going up.
Okay, that's I think that's I'll just cut this audio piece and send it to James so he
Just right
that
there, because he's not going to watch me talk for 2 hours.
exactly. You know how he is.
I know how he is.
Alrighty, buddy. Thank you so much, Chris, for coming on the show. It's been a real pleasure talking to you again. And as everybody could have seen in this one, we could have nerded out for 4 more hours at least and talk about movies and posters and all the other cool stuff that is happening around in the scene. And yeah, thank you again. It's been a
My
real pleasure.
pleasure.
And
You're going to have to add chapter breaks to this one.
who cares? You know how people are. They only watch 5 minutes anyway, and then they skip.
Yeah.
So why the hustle? The people, the real fans, they watch it. The real fans. It's a shout out to you guys. Watch
They're
it.
there. Dude, thanks so much for having me. It's like it's a real honor because this I feel is you're kind of the voice of the movie post of like
Thank
the
you.
AMP collector scene.
That means the world, man.
No, I mean like you are like the one, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate what you do for the industry because I think you and AMP posters, it's like you kind of create the tempo and put what's out there and really foster the community, and it's so important.
Really appreciate it. Alrighty. Guys, we're out. Thank you so much for joining us and sticking around for almost 2 hours. It has been fun. And we'll see you next time when we talk to Gabs. All right?
Oh,
bye
gosh,
bye.
I'm there for that. Tell Gabs I love him.